Hello and welcome to the third Juice World Charging Day. I hope you're doing fine. I'm here right in the Olympia Park, right next to the beautiful lake and beautiful trees all around us. The Olympic Hall and the Olympic Tower, such a beautiful view. This is the place where in 1972 the official Olympic Games happened right here, and we love how they reused the place and did not tear everything down, because now it's a public place for people to have fun all around us, to have sports events right there, cultural events. If you're ever here in Munich, this is a must to visit. Today's a big day for e-mobility. You might remember last year's topic, cybersecurity, and it seems like some of other companies have upgraded their cybersecurity as well, their security features. And this year's topic is really important for us as well, of course. We're looking forward. We don't quite know what's going to be here at the Juice World Charging Day, but it starts in a few minutes. Juice World Charging Day 2022. So thank you very much. That was it from my side. Enjoy the live stream and have fun. Bye bye.
We live in a world that spins faster and faster. Charging infrastructure is growing. E-mobility is not the future anymore. It's the present. We live with it day by day. That means charging needs to be easy. And charging stations need to be fully connected at the same time. That's why we go further to make the impossible possible. We live and breathe e-mobility here at the third Juice World Charging Day 2022. Please welcome the CEO of Juice, Christoph Ernie.
Hello! Hi! Hello, all of you. Thank you for coming here to the third Juice World Charging Day. I'm not sure if I shall say, is it the Juice World Charging Day or is it the Juice World Charging Day? Because it's World Charging Day because we always reveal new trends of e-mobility here. It's kind of like an event for the whole industry. Recently, a journalist came to me for an interview and he opened it by saying, "Hey, Christoph, listen, your company is a small number in charging industry." And I went, well? He explained, "Yes, it's a small number. It is number one." Haha. Well, too flattering, to be honest. But let's say, in fact, yes, we've been always in the role of a kind of a trendsetter, and we'll show that to you today. I'm very proud that you came from all over the world. I've seen people, of course, from Germany and Switzerland and Austria, but also from Poland, from France, from Spain, even UK and US. So a terrible long way to come along to here. I appreciate that very much. And I have to say, you will see every mile you traveled will be worth it, what you see today. But to start with the lesser interesting things, to be honest, it was a really difficult year, a dirty road this year that we went through. Like, everyone who is producing things, we were lacking of all the components that we use for production. That means also our plans of turnover, we didn't fully achieve, but we want to bring it back to the road like we were before, of doubling and tripling by next year, and explain you how we'll do that. In fact, we really speeded it up and tried to go faster for this direction of doubling and tripling the turnover again. What did we do? We found a kind of like the key for that, and the key came from our members of the board. For instance, you might know, of course, the world famous Lars Thompson, future analyst, and also Dr. Richard Viereckel, a former top management member in the automotive part of PricewaterhouseCoopers. And both say for the next years, availability will be key. Of course, we expect you to produce perfect products with perfect software on a top level at an average price. Very important for a Swiss company. You have to be always quality-wise on top, but price-wise on average, because otherwise everybody thinks you are too expensive. Well, we try to do that, but main key for the future will be availability. And when we saw what was difficult to get on the market, we realized all the products. It started, of course, with the chips, and then everything else came along, and we didn't get enough products to produce enough of our products to sell enough. So we made up our minds, and we said we take two things. Instead of just waiting till this black devil goes away, we did two things. One thing was we just doubled the number of engineers in order to reinvent every product, at least once more, some even 2 times more. What did we do? So from outside, the products look totally the same. Let's say the Juice Booster 2 is totally the same from outside, but it exists in 3 versions inside, with different chips, with different parts, components, so that we are always able to produce one or the other version in the market, depending on what is available. And we also doubled the supply chain management department. We have now over 80 people searching the market every day, all over the world, for every part. Like a detective, they are going and they are trying to find every component that we need. And we go even further. We didn't only double, but even triple what we have in stock to be able to produce. We have now half of the turnover of this year. We have invested in our warehouse just to have components in stock to be able to deliver tomorrow. Very important for all of you who are maybe resellers here. I mean, we have all of you are either resellers or car manufacturers or big real estate holders or suppliers to us or YouTubers or also other stakeholders to that company. That's why I'm so glad that you all are here, that I can inform you from the very direct part of our management. Well, having done this brings us to a kind of a next level. I think it's now the time to understand that the market is now getting more mature, and some companies are going together, and only the best will survive. That means we have to even speed up not only the production and the availability, but also the invention rhythm. And we've been always good in inventing, because if you want to sell good products, you need, of course, also kind of like an advance in being an inventor. Let me please take you to a small journey backwards. What we have been inventing in the past, of course, we're still very proud of the Juice Booster 1. Well, it was a hell of a brick of a part, but at that time it was only 1/4 of the size of all the other charging stations, and you could take it along and you could plug it in at every socket. Well, in fact, we defined that part of industry, of the powerful mobile chargers. Quite soon later, we came on with the Juice Phaser. We said if single-phase charging cars are limited to 16 or 20 amps, in most countries all over Europe is 16 amps to draw on a single phase, we could combine 2 phases and give them the chance to charge quicker. Quicker than in fact, it would be allowed on 1 phase. And this was a very good selling product at the time. Meanwhile, the single-phase charging cars are more and more disappearing, but it was an invention at the time. Also, the Juice Analyzer, still an excellent tool in the market, which is most appreciated by journalists and, of course, car manufacturers, because you can very in detail measure what is going to happen between the grid, the charging station, and the car. So you can also find out where the fault is if you have any difficulties in charging. Still a very good tool. And of course, the Juice Booster, not much to say about that. You know it, it's still the best seller all over the world. That's why we'll keep it also in our range, I guess, for a long time, maybe for eternity, whoever knows. And we came out with the J+ booster. J+ is our brand in the US. It's the J+ booster is fact the same thing like the Juice Booster 2, but of course adapted to the US market, to the US needs, with 110 volts, with 40 amps. So outside it looks the same, besides the directly attached juice connector, which is mandatory in the US. But on the other hand, inside it's a totally newly developed product which is selling extremely well right from the beginning there. It shows how actual this product range is. We've been, by the way, also inventors of the Juice Celsius, which is a patented system. Many on fairs had been talking about temperature sensing in plugs. And we said, okay, sounds good, but somebody has to make it. These were all fakes on the fair only. So we said, somebody has to make it. We found the right partners, and we just made it happen. And now every household plug in our range is equipped with temperature sensing. That means we measure the temperature on the top of the pins, and we make sure that no socket gets hot, no house burns down, because charging must always be safe. Then we were amongst the first ones with a cool and strong management system for charging. For instance, some car importers are still heavy users of that one. It's in use all over Europe, and it makes sure that, of course, no fuse blows in the house. Absolutely cool, and with a cool back end, as you can see. Then we came out with the Juice Pilot, the J+ Pilot, which first of all was focusing on telemetrics in cars. You will see what the future brings today. And then we also try to walk the talk, not only to spread vaporware of marketing, but also to really do what we announce. Last year, we were talking about that topic of cybersecurity, and we realized that it was the right moment because it gave many companies a push to go deeper into that topic. And of course, we directly certified for the standard 27001. And I think around 10 months ago or so came out another standard for cybersecurity in road vehicles, which is even more interesting for the whole thing, because it makes us all understand it's not only, let's say, the IT infrastructure or the charging infrastructure or the car infrastructure, but it has all to grow together. And that's why we just filed for the certification of this ISO standard, and we finalized it by last week. We got that certificate 1 week ago, and we're very proud to be, I think, maybe even the first of the charging infrastructure manufacturers that is now certified with 21434. That is why we are already now, of course, in the works of car manufacturers, but also in private cars, in public cars, in business cars. So that is why it is so important that we go for that topic as well, also in the future. Well, so far so good, but now I would like to show you that we also tend to make things that we already have, to make these things better. Also, we are on a good level, on a fairly good level with our products. I think it's very important to never get lazy and to make things better. Have a look. This is the Juice Charger Me 3. I mean, you know, we have published the Me 1 about 1 year ago, and we have still this free of charge hotline, which gives us a direct wire to our customers. and which makes us understand what they really need. And it's absolutely helpful, tremendous also for our engineers to understand what the public needs and how the market is developing, you know, that marketing curve and where we are now. So the needs, they start to alter, and we have to understand them. What many people said was, well, a charging station should be ready for the future, it should be sustainable, it should last 30 years, but it should be ready for everything that comes. But it shouldn't be that expensive. So that's why we understood, sorry, wrong button, very silly. It's only 2 buttons, but if you're getting older, you even mix them up. So, okay. People are saying, don't make them so expensive, make them good but less expensive. I mean, it's quite different two targets that go in a different direction, but why not taking the challenge was our idea. And they said, make them waterproof. What the hell are you dealing with IP54? That is the standard. But IP54 is maybe not enough for a winter storm. And it's not enough if the janitor comes and kerchers down with a high-pressure water cleaner, cleans down the underground garage. It will just shock him to death. So make it waterproof. And make it, of course, also hammer-proof. Now that more and more charging stations are coming out, we need to look out that it is vandal-proof. And then, of course, it should stand the coldness and the heat especially now when days are getting warmer and warmer. And especially important, it should also fulfill all the standards, especially regarding EMC, which is electromagnetic fields that must be under control. The more stations are out there, the more we must really fulfill these standards. Yeah, we did that with the Juice Charger Me 1. Of course, we did that already. But to be honest, we had a few parts that we really could do better, and that's why we ended up with the charger. No, not Me 2, that was already taken. So we went directly to Me 3. Yeah, that is it. So as you can see, the design is even better, and design means it's a whole package from outside design, touch and feel, look and feel, how to use it like a human-machine interface, and also, of course, of the design internally. So I'm very proud to introduce to you our internal chief designer of Juice, and also member of the mechanical designer department, Samuel Thürlemann.
Thank you, Christoph. Well, it's nice to be here on this cube. I would like to talk about the design of the Juice Charger Me 3 in general. Well, when I started here at Juice, one of my main tasks as a designer was to align the design language of our products. With the Juice Charger Me 3, we had now the first chance to do a first step in this direction. As you probably can see, we tried to build up the design of the Juice Charger Me 3 on the base of what we already had with the Juice Charger Me 1. Because we think a lot of things were already done quite great. So, we have, for example, this nice silhouette with the rounded shape that integrates itself very nicely in different environments. So you can install it in your garage, you can install it outside of your house, or on a parking lot, no matter where. The Juice Charger Me 3 fits just perfectly. Then we have the very eye-catching and easy to recognize front glass with the big Juice splash in the middle. It provides a very clear user guidance, which makes it easy for the user to interact with the product. The icons are self-explanatory, and with only a few LEDs, we can show the whole function of the product. Further, we have kind of the very nice, high-quality materials and the sophisticated look, both of which we wanted to maintain in the new design as well. With the new aluminum look, the Juice Charger Me 3 is now even closer to our Juice Booster. So, we tried to manage to keep what was already good and make it even better. Where actually then the biggest change happened, that's inside the product. So we have now a very modular composition. That means when you split it up, you can see there is an inner housing which keeps the electronics safe. This modular construction gives us a lot of opportunities. So when we want to change something in the future, that's no problem now. We can just take out individual parts and improve them. So this construction is actually kind of a very, very nice way to build up this whole charger. We have inside this inner housing that is made out of 3 parts. In the middle, we have the metallic base plate where the electronics is mounted on. This base plate is attached to the back part of the inner housing, which then again can be mounted to the wall. To close the inner housing, we have a transparent lid, which keeps the electronics safe. So this new construction makes the product that good that it's now actually waterproof. Technically speaking, we have now an IP67 rating, which means you can drop this charger into a pool and no water gets inside. That's quite cool, isn't it? The construction is also very strong. So we have now IK10, which is very sturdy. So it protects the electronics against heavy impact from outside at all times. How such an impact could look like, I want to show you now with a video. But let's start with only 25% speed. Well, it's quite an impact, but how does it look with 100% speed? So as you can see, this construction is really rugged. I mean, it makes actually this charger perfect also for the public areas. But on top of that, we also reached a very wide range when it comes to the running temperature. So you can use this wall box from -30 degrees up to 50 degrees Celsius. These are extreme temperatures and make sure that no matter where you live, you can install this wall box outside of your house and you don't need to worry about anything. So that's actually the most important parts about the inner housing. But let me talk now also a bit about the cover that kind of covers the inner housing. Probably the most important feature we added there is that we now can replace or exchange our front glass. This became possible due to the frame that we added, which keeps the glass in place. And if you look closely, you can see there is actually our product name on the left-hand side of on the frame, which is another small connection to our Juice Booster. So with the Juice Charger Me 3, you can now replace the front glass, which makes kind of sense because when you, after maybe like 10 years, the front glass slowly starts to get a bit worn out, you can just replace it. That's no problem. You can order a new glass and put it inside the cover, and that totally by yourself. Or maybe after like 10 years, maybe you are ready for something new and want to bring a bit more color into your life. Also, that's no problem. Just order one of our Juice style glasses and bring really new colors into your life. This one is from a Swiss artist called Fredinko. He created this limited edition just for Juice and our Juice Charger Me 3. For the B2B market, we are now also able to white label our product. So when you have a big number of products, you can have your own brand on our front glass, which makes kind of sure, or which allows you to show your own brand in front of your building. Like, for example, this fictional cafe here that we created. The next point that I want to present to you makes me personally very proud, especially as a designer, because we already managed to win different design awards.
The intuitive handling helps a lot that the juice charger Me 3 is easy to understand.
We put a lot of effort into making great, intuitive and well-designed products, but we never thought that the product would be so appreciated.
From the beginning, the product was understood. The reduced design and the ingenious structure of the product helped a lot.
But only those who push the envelope for competitive products in the world.
It's such a prestigious and traditional design award. It has been organized since 1953. It's a badge of quality for consumers and the design community.
The award is one of the world's largest design competitions. The label has become established as one of the most desired marks of quality for good design. The Red Dot Award.
The IF Design Award.
The Green Good Design Award.
I think these awards show nicely the appreciation of the product in the marketplace. And I mean, 3 awards in such a short period of time after the release, that means a lot. But that's not all. There is more. With each product, you will get additional accessories. So for example, in each package, you have 2 RFID cards for free coming with it. And of course, you can order more if there is the need for it. Just add them to your system and you are ready to go. Another accessory that comes with the product directly is our new plug holder, which is designed to fit perfectly on your wall next to your product. But it also fits, of course, very nicely to our column, which it matches very great in terms of design. Talking about our column, you are not only able to mount one Juice Charger Me 3 on it, no, you can put there a second one on the other side. And that without any additional parts. That means the single column and the double column is actually one and the same product. And if you are a bit tired of the mess of the cables when they're laying around on the ground, we also have there a solution. Just order our cable holder that we designed for our column as well and hang the cable in a nice way to your column. So as you can see, like all our products at Juice, also our column is designed to be versatile. So that was it from my side. I thank you a lot and I hand over again to Christoph, which will tell you why the Juice Charger Me 3 fits perfectly to our portfolio. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Samuel, great job from you and your team. And I can truly say, yeah, all these prizes, they talk a clear language, what you have achieved with that product. And of course, as he said already, we just wanted to carry on with our idea of quality, sustainability and robustness. You know, the Juice Booster 2 has always been IP67, so we said, let's take that idea from our customers, don't go to 54, we go also with the Juice Charger Me 3 to IP67. And you know that all the Juice Boosters have always been IK10, so we went also with the Juice Charger Me 3 for IK10. We made it totally robust. And of course, he said it already, we are also going for the whole temperature range, which is much bigger than it needs to be from the standards. It shall function under any circumstances. That is what we want to achieve. Yeah, and furthermore, what does come with this product? Or how does it come to the market? In fact, it is a 11 kilowatt charger. But you can upgrade it to 22 kilowatt at no cost, with no changes. The whole box, the cable, everything is already there for 22 kilowatts. So why do we ship it in 11 kilowatts? Because in many buildings or in many supporting programs of countries, you will find a special program for 11 kilowatt chargers. So we deliver it in 11 kilowatt, but while installing it, while mounting it to the wall, we can easily upgrade it with a click to 22 kilowatt, because everything is ready and no extra cost. And of course, it is also 15.11.8 ready. You know that standard, that is that PLC program that talks to your car and identifies the car and then can give access to the charging process. If you drive a Tesla, you know that already from the superchargers. Many cars are now heading to that. When your car is ready for 15.11.8 standard, your box is already. It is this plug and charge, what is called plug and charge. It comes for free with the box. And of course, a charging management comes for free. I've talked before that we were like pioneers in charging management. So we added the charging management for up to 250 boxes, no matter if you have internet connection or not. You can do it locally, you can do it with a backend. 250 boxes, it comes with the box. At what price? For free, it is included. And if you want to manage more boxes, you can charge or you can manage up to 999 boxes via the backend then. But what comes with it? Also an optional MID meter and also an optional RCD and circuit breaker if you need that in bigger installations. There is space for it in this small housing. And of course, it comes with a backend. By the way, the price for the backend is for free. Yeah. It's just included. And it comes with fast installation with a process that is faster than it has ever been to install a station. And you will see within a few weeks also some good news there if you have our newsletter installed. So you can see the Juice Charger Me 3, I guess, is an absolute tremendous tool. It plays in the range of other stations that cost something between 1,600 and 2,500. We said, let's take that argument of our customers. We start at 11.99 with that box, with all these things included, and it is available as of today. Absolutely cool. Great. As you can see, it is a euro price, so it is available all over Europe, and it is available in Switzerland. In Switzerland, it's the same in Swiss francs, always including VAT, no matter what European country you live in. If you want to get more details, go to our new homepage. That is juice.world. It's no longer .com or juice-technology, something where you need to take half a day off to type it in. It's just juice.world, www.juice.world. Yeah, that is the important thing from the product side. There are other things that we really care about. We all know it. We have experienced it that summer with thunderstorms, with hot seasons. The environment is a part, and sustainability is maybe the most important part companies like ours should think of. And that's why I show you something now about that.
We have only one planet to live on. We have to take responsibility. We have to care, each and every one of us. It's all about commitment. It's all about engagement. Together, we can make a difference. Please welcome Daniela Merkel, Head of Communications and PR.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today I have the honor to talk about a really important topic, about responsibility. Responsibility means taking care. It means to know what you can do for your environment, and it also means that your actions will not have negative consequences for each other. So, in my opinion, you also have to be responsible with the term itself, responsibility. And that's why we will not use a green logo to present ourselves as an absolutely sustainable company. Responsibility begins with honesty, with transparency, and with reliability. And as a company that is so close to the topic sustainability because of e-mobility sector, it's a matter of course for us that we do our best, but don't make a big fuss about it either. So you can be responsible on 3 levels: economical, ecological, and social. And let's start with the ecological part, the most important at the moment. So e-mobility has to be seen as a concept, an overall concept. Everything works together. It's not just a car, it's not just a charging station. Everything is connected, everything works together. And that's why we see sustainable mobility begins with sustainable charging infrastructure. And we produce and develop our products, in case of that, from the beginning on, absolutely resistant. We also use materials that are as pure as possible, that they can be recycled after a long-term use, around 20 to 25 years, and can be used again for producing new products, maybe new charging stations. Another important aspect for sustainability is software. Software enables longevity. And also the software itself can be certified after sustainability aspects. For example, our load management system, Smart Shoes, is certified after 50001, what means that we can guarantee our customers every time optimal energy management during their use of their charging infrastructure. We also certified about Active 2022 and WEEE, what means that we can guarantee a sustainable packaging, that we're taking care about recycling and waste management. And that's also a reason why we changed our packaging to a brown packaging. So we are not using a lot of colors. We have not a fully printed packaging. It's a clean look. And because of that we're not using a lot of colors, it's easier to recycle after the use, of course. Our environment management system is also certified after 50001, what means that we are producing environmentally conscious and that the idea of sustainability is lived on every part at Choose. So everybody at Choose stands behind this idea. And we also taking care of to building up good partnerships, long-term partnerships. With the 2400 ISO certification, we guarantee that we are focusing on relationships with suppliers that are operating sustainably. And if we finally found them, of course, we're building up definitely a long-term partnership with them. However, it's also crucial for us that we know every time what's going on the market, which trends coming up, and what are the needs of the customers. What are the needs of the end consumers? Then just if we know that, we can produce and develop products that are really needed and that a user don't have to buy after 1 year a new charging station because it will not work with the new car, for example. And thanks to our great R&D department, we can have this overview. And we have to have this overview because we need it to hold our position as a market leader. And this we have to because we have an economic and social responsibility towards our stakeholders, especially towards our team. Another important social aspect, I think, is that we can guarantee safety. And not just for our products. That we build up a safety strategy all over the market. And that's why 2 of our Choose employees are in international IEC standardization committees to build up, to promote and develop worldwide valid IEC standards, because you would not believe how many dangerous charging stations are available on the market at the moment. So sustainability is, for us, not a question of size. It's an optimization during constant growth, during globalization. And that's why we are going through these processes, what I said, every year since 2080, every year. And the trick is definitely not to implement it once. The trick is definitely to hold it over the years and under any conditions. So, if you want to know more about our Choose engagement, what we are doing and what we are planning to do, visit us on choose.world.com/engagement. Sorry, choose.world/engagement. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Daniela. Thank you. Yeah, thank you all for coming. That was it for today. No, just kidding. You know, we've been selling now, due to the hard demand to our products, only container-wise, about since a year. In one container, there fit 1,000 boosters or 1,000 chargers. And there was another container delivered this morning from our works in Germany, and here it is. Finally, it is here. The Choose Booster 3 Air. Woo! I am so excited. I mean, I would like to make an unpacking video and what are they called? Unwrapping video. And do we have a camera somewhere? Could you bring that up? It's a bit maybe of improvisation, but could you? Yes, no, yes? Let's take one, huh? Let's have a look at it. It's better than only slides. So excited. Can we put the picture somewhere up there? Oh, cool. You're quick. Thank you. Thanks to, by the way, our technicians behind there. They do all the live stream. They do all the videoing here. Absolutely great. Thank you very much. So you see, we go for the cardboard box. We don't see much. It's too dark. Yeah. There is a safety seal under here, so that it's not opened by a wrong person, and you can see it. It makes it as a genuine product. Do you have enough light there? Maybe. So when you open it, there comes an envelope that says "almost there." Can you read it? Like this? More or less, huh? It's maybe a bit too much of improvisation, but I'll read it for you. Almost there, unpack, plug in, discover the unrivaled charging product on the market, charge with ease and comfort at any time. We get you moving and keep you connected. So let's look what is inside that envelope. Open it with care. So, first of all, we have a user manual, as you're used to it, with lots of pictures, easy to understand. I think there are at least around 25 languages or so. If you're talking Arab, you will be fine. Read it the other way around at the back. And then we have a quick start guide, very easy to understand. That is called, I guess, IKEA style, so everybody can read it. On the bottom, we have this J Plus app. We have even the accessories that come along with it. And we have also the tree certificate. There was one tree planted. At the moment, we plant in the region of Portugal. It's not these $1 cheap trees, it's about reforesting of regions that were burnt down by a bushfire. So we take that really seriously. So we plant 1 tree for every booster that is sold. A booster takes around some 84 kilos of, or produces 84 kilos of CO2 during the whole production and transportation. And the tree planted in a reasonable size within the first 10 years absorbs about 120 kilos, so you're fine. But as it is not in a plantation, but in a normal forest, it will live for around 100 years and will absorb much more. So it's really, if you want to do something good, buy around 100 boosters or so. Then, of course, our latest silent mag, and now we'll see what is in here. So, the thing comes, can you see it here? Yeah, it's very difficult with the light. Ah, very good. It comes in a very nice bag. You can also use it as a bag for your beauty environment. It has still Velcro straps attached as you are used from our products. And the Velcro straps help not that it doesn't move around in the trunk of your car. And then when you open it, you have the juice booster, 3 air, very small here, presented a little bit like a gem. Let's say like an environmental friendly gem on this cardboard. We take it out, and we have 2 adapters that come with it. Of course, in the basic set, as you are used to it, the C2 adapter and the Schuko adapter for Germany. And you know what I would like to do? I would like to, do we have a power cord somewhere here? Yeah. I would like to plug it in and to onboard it in the app. Hopefully that works. What an adventure. So we have the adapters, you already know. We plug it in. Maybe you can see it said hello. It says 3 phases. It goes down to 1 because it realizes there is only 1 phase attached. 3 phases are on the boosters. On the booster already. There is a Bluetooth light already on. It says 13 amps. That is correct for this adapter. And let's take my phone. Let's check it out if this works. I have already downloaded before here the app. If I open it, it says, oh, now I have it in German, but I'll translate it for you. Gerät hinzufügen, add a device. Yeah. And I push this button to add the device. It says, what device can be added? Yes, that's what I'm doing now. It says, read the owner's card. That comes here. Lots of adjusting, huh? So I take away the owner's card. I try to scan. Here. Whoa, where is it? To scan my owner's QR code. And then next it says, it's difficult to see, huh? I understand, maybe it was a bit too ambitious. It says, is the Bluetooth on your phone? Yes. Is the Bluetooth on your device? Yes. And are you closer than 3 meters? Yes. So try to pair it. Is this your number? I'll check it out. 2, 4. Yes, it is. So pair this device that is on here. And as soon as it is paired, that means the phone is connected to the device. It is searching for Wi-Fi's. I'll take, of course, the Juice Wi-Fi. I'll add quickly the password that I don't show to you, imagine. Huh? So, and as soon as I entered it, it says it is online. That's how fast it goes. It took around a minute, and you are online with that tool. Isn't that cool? And of course, you can now alter it. It alters the booster directly, as quick as you want. There are other functions. I don't show it now because it's difficult to read there. But what I want to say is we tried also here to listen to the customers and to listen to them what we really need to do to make it useful and handy. And of course, we got some more ideas. We'll talk about that later. Well, no, you're kidding. No, come on. May I introduce to you the CMO, Philip? Our Chief Marketing Officer. we said when he first presented the Juice Booster 3, we said it's as small as a Coke can, and he said I will have to give the proof to you. So what they gave me is now fully empty with no electronics inside, fully empty box. I can act like a magician. You see, it's empty. And they told me to pour in. You know, I have my nice shoes on. To pour in that Coke. If it's small enough, it will go over everything and ruin my shoes. So I really hope it's too big. The first time I hope a product is too big. No, come on. Come on. Thank you. You're so kind.
Thanks.
Okay. Thank you. Can I put these on the expenses? Sure. Cool. Okay. Thank you very much. At least this was the proof. It is smaller than a Coke can. I have to get my clicker. Very sporty still. So, let's carry on. What is important to see that we also here stuck to our ideas. We went with the same protection rates also for the Juice Booster 3 Air. You can see it is on the same level, it is as safe, it is as powerful regarding the robustness. So what else does it do? It does, of course, connect to all the connectors you might have already. If you own a Juice Booster 2, you will be fine with all your accessories for the Juice Booster 3 as well. And of course, also the extension cables match. It is the same plug. We even come out with smaller extension cables optimized for 11 kilowatts that are more handy. They go with the Juice Booster 3 Air, but of course not with the Juice Booster 2, because the 2 could take 22 amps. And this would be 32 amps, 22 kilowatts. This would be too much for the cables. So if you want to have the smaller cables, use it only with the Juice Booster 3 Air. Of course, the interconnection is limited, so there are knobs in it. You cannot plug it in wrong or use it the wrong way. Till now, we had an orange dot on the adapters and the blue dot on the other side of the Juice Booster Pro. We come now with a yellow dot if something is limited to 11 kilowatts. So you can see of the color of the dots what is matching, and of course, if you can plug it in, it always works safely. Otherwise, it just doesn't work. And then we come out with other accessories, like the wall bracket holder. That now includes also cable mounting holders. That includes also a lock that you can use even to interlock also the connectors, so it makes life easier. And we come out with a special Type 2 adapter that is also limited to 11 kilowatts. When you look at the design of the panel, you can see that it's almost the same like it was before. At the beginning, we started also with 6, 8, 10, 13, 16, and then 32 amps. So that is totally the same. There is a 0 amp, of course, for the charging management. If the charging management is pausing, it goes down to 0 and comes then up again. You see how many phases are attached and are working on the left-hand side. Top right, you see everything about the links. So it starts with Bluetooth, comes with Wi-Fi. The Juice network is responsible for all the updates. And Smart Juice is charging management. On the bottom left, you see the modes that you are already used to. And with the faults detection, we have 2 new faults down right, wiring and overload. Overload detects if your car is drawing too much energy from the grid. Some cars still do, unfortunately. So we implemented that, and it will stop charging then. Wiring is even more important. There are around 2% of all the sockets, especially industrial socket, triple-phase sockets, are wrongly installed because maybe electricians don't understand that it's vice versa between the plug and the socket. So they always install down there is the earth, and then comes phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. And if you don't turn it around when you're installing a socket, you all of a sudden have a phase on the neutral that makes 400 volts on each device, which is not intended. That's only meant to be in the triangle of phase 1, 2, 3 for motors that are turning. So that means it destroys everything that you plug in there. It's danger of life. So we installed that, also a kind like a safety testing device that makes your life better, your life safer, and that helps to detect if a socket is wrongly wired. So even more functions to that. What else comes with it? Of course, we got a J+ app that comes with it, the enhanced J+ app. With more functions, we got a charging history that you can access, and we got this multi-safety testing device, as I said before. I have to watch a little bit, lifetime free app updates. Of course, when you buy it now, all the way down, you will have free app updates, and also free updates for the booster as well. They come lifetime guaranteed for free. And last but not least, there is of course Bluetooth and Wi-Fi installed. Well, so you still got that 3-in-1 device like you are used to. You got a wall box, you got a mobile charger, and you got also a charging cable. But there is even much more, especially due to software. You know, that what we said already. We don't only understand it, we live it every day, and especially we love it. And someone who loves it best is our chief software engineer for that tool for the Juice Booster 3 Air. Please welcome with me, Dane Raphael.
Hey,
it's all yours.
So, hello all. So, I'm really happy today to stand before you to speak or like to present one of the best products which we have, which I would not joke was a really big struggle to develop, because we wanted you all to have the steadiest, the best looking, and moreover, the best stable product available on the market. So it's nothing other than the Juice Booster 3 Air. So the software inside this Juice Booster 3 Air is like one of the largest and the most complex one which I've ever built at Juice, because we considered all the use cases and conditions during the charging and also without the charging sessions too. So now let us move on to the key features which makes this product one of the best in the market and for a sure buy too. So the first thing that comes into my mind is the app. So how cool would it be that if you could use an app to monitor and also to control the charging sessions on like a portable charger like the Juice Booster 3 Air. So this is a really cool, interesting feature, right? So this is what our J+ Pilot app is capable of doing. So basically, it can control the complete Booster 3 Air. So even though we have like a really good looking and a really best stable app outside, we wanted you all to have some more important features which we are planning to release in our near future. So I could explain some of these features. So the first one is the scheduling. So this feature can definitely be a real help for you all, because if someone is like charging or like parking their car at the hotel or even at a friend's place, you could start a charging session using a time slot, and also you could end a charging session using a time slot, the amount of power, and also based upon the tariff. So see that this can definitely make sense when you park at a hotel. Then you can tell to the hotel people that, OK, you charge for this much, and then you could pay for him. So, and the next feature which comes into this particular list is the load management. So I could explain this feature with much more like a funny example. So for example, if me and my wife is charging my 2 electric cars with 2 different boosters inside my garage and with the common power supply. So in this case, like this definitely asks for the load management, because when there is no load management inside, the power distributed between the different boosters will be randomized. But when there is a load management inside, the power distributed will be like equal and also much more sensible. So this can definitely avoid a lot of fights, which can occur in a lot of families. Yeah. So now let us look into some other features apart from this stuff. So as we had a really long run with our booster product, we came to think about a feature which can definitely help the people who are parking their cars in the garage and charging it by using a booster, which is plugged onto a wall by using a wall socket or something. So in this case, we can definitely see that there's a misuse can happening so that other people can take up your booster and then use it for charging, and then it can be a mess. So what we thought about this feature, and we implemented the RFID reader onto our product. But we didn't want to tamper with the sleek design of the Juice Booster 3 Air. So what we did is we put the complete RFID reader into the vehicle connector itself, as you can see here. So in this one, what is the main advantage of putting it here is like it is at a stable height where like every user or customer can plug it in and plug it out of the car. And also then you don't need to bend down to the booster itself, like when it's lying around, or just to change the modes or like different other functionalities. And we also provide you with two RFID cards along with this Juice Booster 3 Air package. Because as you can see here, that this is like to show that we are planning ahead and thinking about the future and providing you with all the hardware required for the future software which we are planning on the product. So the main feature what we are planning on the product, which is about to come in the near future, is like using the RFID cards to start a charging session and also to stop the charging session using the RFID cards. And one more feature which is coupled along with the vehicle connector, it's the button itself. So which in the future, which can be programmed by using the app. So the main functionality of this button is like to change the different modes in the Juice Booster 3 Air. And also maybe like we could also change the different amperage inside the Juice Booster 3 Air. And also a key feature which is coming out in the future is like in the important feature which is coming out in the near future will be the upgrade of the vehicle connector as a remote control itself. So what I meant by the remote control is that by using this button, you can unlock the vehicle connector from the car. So see, this is like a really cool feature, so it can upgrade the complete simple notion of a vehicle connector to that of a remote control. So as an icing of the cake, we have one more important feature which we have implemented, that is the safety or the security of the product when it's connected to the backend and also to the app. Because as you can see, only the tip of the iceberg, so that's not all. So we also take care of the complete security of the device, and also what we did is like developing based upon the ISO standard 21434, you can be perfectly sure that you have the most stable device at your home. So to conclude, like this complete product, the feature-packed Juice Booster 3 Air is like an outcome of days and sleepless night effort of our whole team at Juice. And I would humbly request like a big round of applause for all those who have been a part directly and indirectly of this wonderful project. So thank you all for listening kindly for this briefing on the Booster 3 Air. And so now I hand over the stage back to our CEO, Christoph.
Thanks a lot, Dane.
Yep.
Great job. Thank you for all inventing this and bring this to life. Yeah, what else is to say about the Juice Booster 3 Air? It starts at $14.99. That's the price that most of the people suggested around 2 years ago when we were talking about that thing. In fact, it does the same, like a full-size wall box at the price of $1,600 or $1,700. So it's still an extremely good price. And of course, it comes in the basic set with 2 adapters for that price. It comes with 2 RFID cards for that price. And it comes also with a bag that you can use for eternity for only $40.99. All the sets you know from the Juice Booster 2 are available as well, of course. And yeah, you can use your existing extension cables. What else is important? We have in this app already now included all these features you can see there. You can even measure exactly, you see it on the third screen, even measure exactly how much energy is flowing, the voltage, the amperage, and even the kilowatts. You can supervise it in dimensions of seconds, and you can even watch a kind like a receipt of how much you have charged, and you can send it out or show it in the hotel and pay directly what you have charged. So everything you need is already on board, and there is much more to come in order that you have finally a tool that does wall box, mobile box, charging cable, and of course then also the app with all the features in it, the access control via the RFID button, where you also can read in not only the cards, but also, let's say, the button you have to access your company or so. So you can also add other tags. Then you have a fully working backend and a fully working charging management. Well, now that was it really for today. I understand that some of you might think it would be great to be able to test that out. But let me first invite you to a glass of beer or another good drink and some snacks that are available over there right afterwards. I would love to talk to every one of you if you have the time. That would be great. And of course, as soon as you have a drink in your hands, go to the experience area where you can, as one of the first in the world, test those tools right now behind the curtain. That was it. Thanks for coming. See you over there.
The unbelievable show that was. Amazing. Thank you very much, Christoph. We are here in the showroom at the Juice World Charging Day, and as you can see all around us, we prove our rock proofness. Down here on the bottom at the wheel, yeah, here in the aquarium, waterproof, IK10, even run over proof over here. Unbelievable. Over here we do have the front panel Samuel talked about. The Juice Charger Me 3 has a changeable front glass. So here we have all the ideas, already some made up coffee roast companies, for example, that they can label in the future their own front glass and label their brand right in front of their parking space. Unbelievable here. We do have the load management again. Let's go through it. We have the load management here. Up to 250 charging stations are connectable on or offline with Wi-Fi or directly with wall cables on the wall mounted or directly through Wi-Fi. No matter what, you can do it with the load management up to 250 charging stations. It's cool. Oh, it already fills it up back here. Looks cool. Here we have the double stand again. The double stand means we have the same column, but with 2 Charger Me's on it. It's the same column product. You just have to mount 2 Charger Me's on there. It's as simple as that. Not another product to buy. Just use the same one and buy another Juice Charger Me 3. One thing that we haven't talked about is the public version. Samuel did not mention it, but it's already here. It's the most or the best product I really like to talk about because it's for public places. You have the cable here, and if you take it down, no matter what happens, you can't run over the cable because it backs up again afterwards, so quite easy. Perfect vandal proof because of those thick materials we use here, and everything goes back to place after you used it. Quite easy and quite fast. About the awards again, yeah, we talked about the awards. 3 awards we already won with the Juice Charger Me 3, and of course, we did that. To be honest, the design is brilliant. Thanks to Samuel and his team. We do have all the elements here. We like to talk about the term elements because it's rock-proof. It's rock-proof with sand and water. It's IK10 minus 30 degrees Celsius, plus 50 degrees Celsius. So no matter where you are, in the Death Valley or somewhere in Scandinavia, you can use the Juice Charger Mini 3 at any time. You might have seen it. There was like in the Zurich main central station, we had a Juice Charger Mini 3 even in the ice itself, just to show how cold it can get with the Juice Charger Mini 3. No problem at all. Be careful, cameraman. Here we have the explosion. We call it the explosion. It was on the screen already. All the different parts of the Juice Charger Mini 3 device. And that shows how cool it is set up, because you can simply change here the front glass. We do have the IP67 proof inner case here right now. Perfectly proofs all the electronics right in here. So that's the most important part that we need to secure with those two glasses, and everything on top covers everything. So it looks, for me, to be honest, from the marketing quite easy, but of course it's always a hassle if it looks quite easy at the end, you know. Here all the details are on our product sheets and on our websites as well, of course. Visit juice.world/Juice Charger Mini 3. And up here we do have all the features connected all together in one device, simply written down on a wall. Yeah, let's continue. Let's move to our other product we show today. Yeah, right, this one here, the Juice Booster 3 Air. I love it. Look how clean and simple it looks. It's the last thing we have on our history wall because it's the latest one, you know. We had so many beautiful products. I mean, the Charger Mini 1, the Juice Charger Easy, the analyzer Christoph talked about, and everything we did from the beginning on, from the Booster 1 up here. Everything started with this small, or let's say from today's view, bigger charging station. That's where everything started. And look where we are right now. It's simply amazing to say, if you ask me. And now we're in the Juice Booster 3 Air section. Quite beautiful. Here again, visit it like in 1 hour. The website will be set up. juice.world/Juice Booster 3 Air. And there you will see the product sheet as well, of course, and all the other detailed feature. It's brilliant. I want to hang it on my wall in my apartment, to be honest. Let's see who's responsible for the walls. Maybe I can have one. Back here, the 7-in-1 features. It's not simply just a wall charger. It's a portable charging station. It's a Mode 3 charging cable, and many more features. We have an app here. We have RFID activation soon, the backend with billing, and the load management soon as well. Those are all the features that are coming soon. Right on the bottom, on the top, we already have them. Because what we want to share here at Juice is not simple a finished product, but a vision we want to share with our customers and partners. Because we are still dreaming about a better world and to do better products, and that's what we want to share with you guys, to be honest. Yeah, here all the app features. It's quite crowded here, so let's see it from far away. We do have all the app features up here on the wall, our future ideas as well. So we want to have the connection for all the charging stations. That's coming soon, for more than one Juice Booster 3 Air to connect with each other, so that you don't need a separate control cable for it to share the amperage, but to share it through the Wi-Fi. Yeah, let's see who's here right now. Here we have Stefan Hölzel. He's one of our engineers, and he's responsible for the Juice Booster 3 Air as well, and he's showing here how it connects. Everything quite good until now?
Yeah, sure. Everything's going well so far.
Perfect. I mean, it looks great. The app is cool. Christoph already showed it online. Yes, can you go back to the main screen? I mean, I love the big wheel we have right in the middle. It's really simple and everything's on there. And if you change it to another amperage, everything's right sending and then it's receiving. If you look over there, it's already 13 amperes. Thank you very much, Stefan. A big question always is, we know it from other companies, not to mention any, but the question is always, does my accessory still work? I've bought a lot of accessories already for a lot of money, and does it still work? Of course it still works. We do have here all our adapters. Every single one of those, there are 30 plus adapters, every single one of those is still working because we're using the same type of connection, the same type mechanically and in software as well. The only one that does not work is the Type 2 connector. I'll show you this one over here. And the reason for that is because the Mode 3 charging cable needs to detect from the public charging station how many amperage does the charging station itself bring to the car. And if the charging cable is smaller, because of the air, the charging cable is quite a bit smaller than the Juice Booster 2 cable, it needs to give a lower amperage to the car itself back. And that's why the detection is in the adapter, in the Type 2 adapter as well, in there. And that's why this is the only adapter that you need to change if you already own a Juice Booster 2. But quite good, yeah. Yeah, you already filmed the ones over here. Of course, we have all the Celsius adapters here. In Switzerland, we just upgraded to the public outdoor ones with a bigger ring up here. So we already did that, of course. We always want to be the newest one and the fastest one, and that's what we did here, of course, as well. Shall we have a look at the aquarium at the Juice Booster 3 Air? I mean, it looks amazing. I love those bubbles in the huge glass. It looks really good. Oh my God. Look at that. Some bubbles on the product as well. As you can see here, it's totally waterproof. And that was really important for us that we all have the same products, that they have the same rock proofness. That's what we did with the Juice Booster 2. That's what we did with the Juice Charger Me 3. And of course, that's what we did with the Juice Booster 3 Air. The connector, just as a side note, is waterproof as well, of course. If it's plugged together, it's waterproof. That's what we show here as well. Just to be clear, this charging station is actually charging this car over here. So we are really charging right now, and we are charging it up with the Juice Booster 3 Air underwater. Quite unbelievable. So let's go to the last point. Last but not least, we have our environmental stuff over here. We have the brown packaging we talked about, and we do have all our thinking steps on the other side. Here, have a look at the brown packaging. It just looks beautiful. I love it. So that was it from my side, I think. We went through all the steps here, right at the showroom at the Juice World Charging Day. And I thank you very much for joining us here in the live stream. Oh, thank you very much for the water. So I'm prepared to have a drink as well now. Enjoy your evening and goodbye.